Gotta do that.
I got a couple dollars.
All right. What's up, y'all? We have a special episode for y'all tonight from the Pull Up Experience.
Yes.
We have my man Brian Titty tonight, y'all, and we are about to do it up there. We about to laugh, learn, and we about to get into what makes them so dope, y'all. We got Cleveland's own here tonight.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Here.
Yes.
So we can get right into it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you once again. And oh yeah, by the way, shout out Marquita. She couldn't be here with us tonight though. So you know what I'm saying, COVID got her, but it's cool though.
Oh, she got
Yes,
the coach.
the
She got
missing-
Marion.
She got,
The
yeah, she
missing
got the
piece.
Marion.
The missing piece of the
Right.
pull-up
Right.
crew.
So we still
Yes.
preserve, keep going without her, but it's cool. Show must go on. But I want to get right into it, man.
Okay.
Like I appreciate you because once again I see you. I remember the first time I see you at the Improv, man. I'm like, this dude is funny. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you from Cleveland. Though. I thought you were like, you know.
That's when you know you did good when they don't know you. From
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna say I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I did not know homegrown or whatnot. So my question to you: how did you get started, man?
So I got started in 2011. So I would probably take it back. So I'll take it back a little bit further. I started in 2011, but when I was in college, all my friends was like, when I really started thinking about doing stand-up was when I was in college, like 2005 and 6. Like my buddies like, bro, you funny, man, you gotta do something. So like I was like trying to record videos and stuff like that. So then like in 2010, my buddy like, bro, like you got my boy Jeff, he like, man, you gotta get a stand-up, man, you gotta do something. So just start writing some material. So I just started writing these jokes, and I had did this video called 5 Minutes of Funny, right? I'm in my living room just recording it. I hope it ain't on YouTube. It was horrible, right? But I posted on Facebook. You know your friends lie to you.
Right.
You on your way. You next. I'm like, what?
Right.
Fire. It was trash. So a couple months go by, I see a flyer, and it says Cleveland Princeton Comedy.
Yeah.
Rob Ward Comedy Night 1-2 Lounge. So I'm like, and the dude who posted it, I went to elementary with.
Yeah.
I went to elementary, middle school, and high school with. So they're my boys. So I'm like, Donald, hey, I see y'all got a comedy night. I want to come do it. He like pull up to the 1-2 Lounge. I'll give you 2 minutes. I'm like, 2 minutes? He like, yeah. So I go.
Pressure.
I see Rob. I'm like, what's up, Rob? I'm performing. He like, he don't know me, so he know of me because we went to the same high school. But he just like, all right, you going first. I'm like, swear, I'm in the bathroom listening to 8 Mile, Lose Yourself.
You're doing the whole rabbit thing.
And I go up and I
Whatever it
perform.
takes.
When they tell you like if you're doing a certain amount of time, they let you go longer. They mean you're doing good.
Okay.
So I ended up doing like 7 minutes.
Okay.
So for what it was at that time, like I killed it. Like looking back, it was shit for real. But so and I'm talking to Rob. I'm in the bathroom like after the show, like pumped, like oh. So Rob in there, he come out the stall. He like, what up, man? He like, bro, you funny? Da 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 da. So me and him politicking and stuff like that. We done found out, man. We done went to high school together. We done graduated the same year, but I was shy in school. So he like, I remember seeing you, man. So then me and him just started rocking. So that's my best friend right now. So me and him been rocking since 2011. But yeah, that's how I got started, man. 1-2 Lounge over there on was that Lakeshore?
185th.
185th and Lakeshore.
Yeah.
1-2 Lounge. That was the first place I performed at, man.
Well, shoot. So actually, how did you transition from 1-2 Lounge to now you are literally opening up for one of the biggest acts? You know what I'm saying, in around the nation.
So just work ethic. Like just keep doing it. So I saw a quote say you only lose if you quit, right?
Yeah.
So because a lot of people,
Very true.
you be trying, like when you first start doing something, you naive about it. You think that like wherever you go perform, P. Diddy gonna be sitting in the crowd and you're like, come on, bro. We was looking for
Right place,
come get this deal,
Right.
So that's how you think. So the first couple years, you have that naiveness about you, and so you just trying to, you performing, but eventually what starts to happen is you start to, I don't want to say come to reality, but it's like you start to realize like, oh no, this is actually a process. Like I gotta get better. I gotta go take L's. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like it's no such thing as an overnight success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might be a night somebody discovered you, but you might have been doing it 20 years before. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept doing it, man. Kept doing it. Whenever I was around people, just try to be positive, like try not to like have attitudes and stuff like that. So then it would just come referrals like, hey man, you was, and I would practice before I go perform. So when I was performing, like I already wasn't doing like in Cleveland. I wasn't doing bad because I'm like I know it, but I was so prepared when I went on stage, so I can do new material like I had been doing it all my life.
Right.
So and I would just start getting shows, and then next thing I went to go to the Improv.
How long were you there at the Improv?
Don't want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I went to my first year doing 2000. I started in March 2011, right? Stand up. Went to March 2011. 7 months later, I go to audition for the Improv.
Oh.
Right. So I go downtown. So I tell Rob, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go do the auditions. He's like, don't go down there. I'm like, bro, I'm going. He like the manager me. I'm like, bro, I'm going down there. So I go down there, right? So I'm like, it's like on a Wednesday or something like that. So it's just like a regular day. So I go in there. So I'm like, yeah, I'm here to audition. So so they're like, what? I'm like, audition. They're like, hold on. So they will get the manager to leave. Now this was the old manager, so this dude come out. He been managing the Improv for years. So he'd have been in comedy for. So he comes out. Yeah. So he comes out. He's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here for the to audition." He's like, "Audition? We don't do that no more." He like that's the old Improv. So I'm like, oh, all right, but he was like real rude about it. So I'm just like, I heard this saying like, you get more bees with honey. So I'm just being polite. I'm like, oh man, I apologize. I thought it was still. So he just like, so he was about to walk away. So I'm still being polite. He like, how long you been doing comedy? I'm like, 7 months. He like, you're not no comedian. I'm like, what? He like, you can't call yourself a comedian. So you've been doing it 6 years. I'm like, huh? He like, what's your email? He like, take my email. I want you to send me some videos so I can tell you how terrible they are. So I'm like, all right. So and then I would send him videos for like maybe like 3 years, 4 years straight. And he would be like, that's horrible. You were talking to the crowd. What were you doing? Where's the set? You know what I'm saying? So. And
so he basically you're tweaking you, but he giving you advice at the same time.
So, but he just like he real blunt with it. He did that, man. And I didn't get in until maybe like 6 years later.
Wow, he kept his word on.
Matter of fact, I didn't even get in through him. I got in through because he ended up moving, and I got in through the other manager. But how that happened was I was doing a show with my boy Rob. And we were like in West Virginia, I think. And me and him, he's doing the show. And he had gotten the Improv. So he had gotten the Improv maybe a year and a half before I got in. So he was in there. And, this was just our dream, man. I remember me and him used to just go to the Improv and watch comics perform. And like, damn, man, one day we're going to be on the stage.
That's as well.
And he got in there and, and this Rob Ward, by the way, y'all from Cleveland. Like, just one of the most selfless dudes where like put a lot of people on and stuff like that. So he got in and he was like vouching for me, and they're like, I don't know, and I got he was like, B, I got you a guest spot. So I had to do the guest spot for Rob was MCing, and I did a guest spot. This was for John Hinton. Comedian from so it's like living single. So it's 5 minutes. I go up and I kill it. 5 minutes easy. I go up, I kill it, and I get off stage. Nothing happened. It's just like the manager's like, oh, good job. I'm like, all right, thanks. So I'm thinking like, all right, what's that? With my dates or whatever. So that happened. So fast forward, I'm in West Virginia, and I'm like, bro, just shoot him an email, man. Just saying thank you, you appreciate it and stuff like that. I'm telling you, one day he gonna email you. So I had been doing that for a couple weeks, and we in VA, and I just get an email, and it's like Cleveland Improv. I'm like, he's like, hey man, you free to open up for Bruce? I'm like, hell yeah. Nice. And I went and opened up for Bruce, and he was cool, man. I met him. I went to backstage. He was like, you know, because a lot of comics a lot of headliners and like these stars, they be divas. So I go back there. I'm like, hey man, you know, I'm the MC. How you want me to bring you up? What you want me to say? He's like, yeah, man. Tonight, man, when you go up, let me tell you the jokes I want you not to do. So he like, when you go up, man, I want you to do whatever the hell you want to do, man. Have fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you scared me.
That's what I was like. That's scary.
So he trolled me, but he was just so nice, man. I would perform, and you know, he just showed me love after the show.
That's good.
So yeah, so that was my first weekend I did at the Improv. That was like, it's probably like 5 years ago now. So yeah. So I did that, opened up for Bruce, and then the rest is history. They kept calling me back, and I eventually became a house MC, then I eventually featured. Then the next step is, you know, to headliner.
That's what's up. No, listen, bro. Listen, like I said, I've seen you, and I like every time it's always a good time. You know what I'm saying? You bring the energy, and you know what I'm saying. You get set up. And
how long ago did you see me?
This is about I've been doing this for a little bit now. That was about what, 2 years ago? No, I'm sorry, 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of in my peak.
You said your peak?
Yeah.
So do you feel like you at your peak now?
Yeah. I mean, with comedy is like one of the things where you get better with time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's more experiences.
I know we talk about this off camera, but I know we were talking about how what inspires your comedy, what inspires your jokes and your skits and your content and whatnot.
Yeah. So my skits and content is probably is the same. Cause I was just like, the skits is just something can just happen, and I'll be like, oh, that's funny, and then I'll decide if I want to put that in a skit or if it's funny enough to do material. But my material normally just come from like situations, stories. Like a lot of the stuff that I talk about happened. You know, comedy is like an exaggeration of real events. You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling a story, but sometimes you'll have a funny story that it happened exactly like
it's like that.
Yeah,
you telling it.
You just telling it. You ain't even gotta write it. You know what I'm saying? And the goal in stand up is to be able to get to a point where you're yourself on stage as if you would be in a regular conversation. Because me in a regular conversation, like I could just have y'all cracking up like the whole time.
We were cracking up earlier.
Right. So I could like, you know what I'm saying? But when you on stage, it's hard to be in that form because y'all know me, so you know when I'm trying to be funny.
Yeah.
When I'm performing in front of an audience that doesn't know me, I have to establish my sense of humor.
Right.
So you know, you have to be kind of more scripted, and that's why when you blow up, it's kind of when you get that fan base. Yeah. It's so easy because now you got millions of people who already know when you're trying to be funny. So now it's just like, just don't be whack. Like you can say anything, just don't be super, you know what I'm saying, whack with it. You know what I'm saying? Because so you know that's the point that you want to get to, is to where you get a fan base to where people they already know. Yeah. And it becomes easy at that point. But when you walk in a room and people looking at you like, make me laugh.
Right.
Make me laugh. Exactly.
So I got another question, because like, I know we got the highs, but let me hear about the lows. Let me hear about a time you bombed and you came back. You came back from that, like you was like, oh hell no.
Have you ever felt like,
oh, yeah.
I just bombed, or they weren't connecting?
Couple times. I tell you a couple times. So every comic bombed, but I was on the. So the first time I bombed, I was like feeling myself. So I was like working on my boy, like I told you, my boy Rob Ward. Rob been doing the comedy a year before me, so he had already been doing it a year. So that year make a big difference, right? Because he's working, he's getting that experience. Yeah. So I'm naturally funny, he naturally funny. Yeah. So it's a point where me and him, I'm just like killing shows, right? For that level that I was at. So I'm doing shows, I'm funny, So I'm getting cocky. I'm just like, I don't bomb this. I don't bomb, baby. Like, what? People talking about, yeah, I bomb. What's that? Right. you wasn't funny. What? I don't know what that is.
Oh, it is.
So I'm cocky. So we get this show. My boy, shout out to my boys, Class Clowns. But my boy, Willie Webb and Ryan the Damn Fool couldn't do a show. So Rob replaced Willie. And Rob has more material than me because he's been doing it a year longer. Right. So I replaced Ryan the Damn Fool. But the lady is like not comprehending that Rob is more seasoned than me.
Yeah.
She's just putting us in the order of who we replace.
Ah.
So she's like, oh, you replace Willie. Willie goes first. So Rob, you're going 1st, and then you put BTidy's headline. So I'm closing the show. So I'm like, I got it. You feel me? I'm funny. So I get there. It's a fashion show, and Rob go up. Rob kill it, right? So, but it's a fashion show with kids. And there's a lot of older people who bring their kids.
Yeah.
So I only got material at this time for like younger people. Like I'm talking about Twitter and Facebook. And I'm talking about bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So so I'm up there, and it's like a lot of older people who bring their kids. So Rob go up there and kill it. I go up behind them, so I'm like, shit, skinny jeans, crazy, right?
like, what's that?
All people looking at me like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, cause Facebook, when you buy me, you forget all your jokes. I'm like, cause Facebook, yeah, cause I got poked. Woo! So I'm bobbing.
Do you hear like, do you
No, you don't hear nothing. You just hear crickets. I'm like, come get me. I'm like, woo!
You ever seen man come out on
Women be shopping. So I bombed, but I got humbled.
Yeah.
So, so I bombed. So the next time I bombed was I went to audition for the Apollo.
Oh, that's what's up.
So this one was crazy. So me, Rob, and my boy, so my dude, he films, he was like a videographer, right? So he's like, oh, I'm gonna drive down there, I'm gonna film the whole thing for y'all. So we're like, all right, cool. So we go down, we get in line. So when we get in line, we in line. So let's say you the videographer, I'm here, Rob in front of me.
Right.
So we all standing together. So they come, so your order is just based off where you standing.
Right.
So they come, so they're like, okay, cool, Rob. Whatever, like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, matter of fact, I'm behind. So the rapper's in the middle, so I'm behind him.
Yeah.
So the videographer, he like, oh, I rap. So they're like, you want to audition? So he
I cannot.
he like, I rap.
Right. So this is my time to shine.
That's what you was here for.
So he like, they're like, you want to audition? He's like, yeah. This nigga put the camera down. He's like, you supposed to be filming, documenting this. So he talking about, brother, this is the method,
This
right?
is my
Hip-hop.
Right.
So we go in, right? So when you audition, you are auditioning in front of the people that you are in line with.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little hating going on.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like
It's competition, right?
Competition.
So it's hating if you're doing the same time. So Rob he go, right? And at this point, me and Rob material is kind of like I'm around him so much, so our subject matters are the same.
Yeah.
So he kill it. So he can sing a little bit too. So he do his Trey Songz joke where he's singing. He do his material. He killing it, right?
Yeah.
So he get off. They're like, shit, we need to sign you up for singing too. The judge is talking to him.
Yeah.
So
they politicking.
they politicking. Why the other dude? So the rapper go up, right? So he go up. He like, every single time I think thank you. I'm next. I'm like, damn. They just stopped him. He didn't get a bar out.
Damn.
He's like, every single time I think thank you. So I'm like, so I go up. So they still talking around.
Yeah.
And like this is the first time because when I did that, when I bombed at the fashion show, I didn't forget my material. Like they just wasn't laughing.
Right.
So I was just still doing it, but they just wasn't laughing. I got a couple laughs, but when I performed at the Apollo, this was the first time I forgot.
Oh.
Like I drew a blank. Like I was that nervous and that. So I do the joke. So I have a joke about I'm like, damn, y'all. I got a pothole joke from Cleveland. So I'd be like, man, you ever hit a bump so hard you turn your radio down and start listening to your car sound, right? So
what's the fact in Cleveland?
So I do that, right? And like this is normally a hard hitting joke. So I do that. And it's just like, but it's kids, so it's younger people. They don't drive.
Right.
So I'm doing the joke, and they kind of just like,
No.
What? So then I'm like, skinny jeans, crazy.
Back to the skinny
back to
jeans.
skinny jeans, right?
Back to the skinny
So I'm like, so I'm doing chucks. I'm like, damn, man, skinny jeans, man. I'm like, you ever had some jeans so tight you miss 3 phone calls? I say something right. So they like,
No.
Right.
So I'm like, what joke is next? And I'm just like stuck. And the judge is they talking to Rob, but they looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, all right, Joe, just tell me to get off. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing good. They still looking at me. They letting me go.
Let
They
you go.
letting me go. I'm like,
They thought it was part of the act or something.
yeah, I'm like, just stop me.
They
They
was
not
trying to
laughing.
save you.
Come
They was
get
trying
me.
to save you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can go to my best shit. I'm like, go to my best jokes. Man, McDonald's. Thank you.
that was the final straw for your mom.
They're like, thank you. So I get off. So Rob in the hallway, he pumped. So he got so much confidence in me because he just know how funny I am. So he just like, I come out. So he like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Don't let it get you. Don't
Right.
let it get you. That's a friend right there.
Right.
That's a
Put your
friend
hand
right
you know the end of Coach Carter?
Right.
Let's go. Get the car. Hey, baby! I'll take you outside.
Right.
We on the ball! I said, put your hands down.
Right. Come on, man. Let's go.
So we go outside. You know, what happened? I'm like, I ain't get it. He said, what you do? You do your shit? I forgot my jokes. He said, what? I said, I forgot my jokes. You forgot your jokes? I said, bro, I froze. He said, what you do? I said, potholes, skinny jeans, and then I stopped for 2 minutes. You stopped? I said, yeah. Then I said McDonald's, and they told me to go. He said, nah. So he in the car ride, you know, a family calling, they're like, you got it? He like, I got it, y'all, I'm on Apollo.
Yeah.
What about me? He like, I call y'all when I get to the house. I'm like, damn.
That's a good friend though, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was just like, you know, but it was a learning experience, man.
Yeah.
So it was a learning experience. So, you know, I lost a lot of competitions, man, to, you know, from that to Heart of the City, to Shaq All-Star. I was a finalist in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost that. Mike Head won. My boy Mike Head. That's when I first met Mike Head. But that was a lot of when I first started doing stand-up. Audition for Living Color. America's Got Talent.
Okay.
So a lot of auditions, bro. A lot of like just going and just trying. So yeah, man. You know, took those L's. So each time I got better. So now I think about entering a contest like, you know, I just destroy somebody.
So man, this. I'm sorry. My fault. I asked all the questions. My bad.
Brother,
No,
this
it's
is
good.
brother. Let the
Well,
questions.
you never know. I'm tripping.
Yeah, brother, this is a pull-up.
That's right.
You are, you know, very well known in Cleveland, and you do a lot of
Yeah.
things for Cleveland and with fellow Clevelanders that are out here doing their thing. You mentioned Ray Jr.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And, you know, talk about that. Talk about, you know, how important it is to you to make sure that you bring people from Cleveland along and, you know, help them with their ideas and their careers and what they're into.
Yeah, it's so important to network and support each other. So like one of the things I said was like, how can you ask for support if you don't give it, right? So you got to support people, man, because you got to network too, because a lot of times when you like in entertainment, you take it so personal when people don't know who you are or people not like calling you for certain stuff. And sometimes not maybe sometimes, a lot of the time, they just don't know you. It's not a disrespect.
Yeah.
They don't know you or they're not seeing it. You think you just post something and everybody see it.
Right.
Like, no, like some people just don't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to go out there, you got to network and stuff like that. But then you got to pay it forward, man. Like, you got to remember,
That's good.
you know, where you started. Because when I started, all I wanted was somebody to just be like, if I seen a performer, shout me out, hey, man, let's BTidy in the crowd. You know, that's all I wanted. So, or recognition. So when you see somebody doing good, you gotta say something. When you see somebody funny, you gotta not be intimidated by them and like, hey man, you wanna work together? You wanna do something together?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But it's just so important, man, because if we all get together and stuff like that, like that's why I respect what you did, man. It was kind of hard, just remembering, but you started the group chat and you're like, hey man, let's all just post each other.
Yeah.
This is this person's day, this is that person's day
I
and stuff.
love that.
You know what I'm saying? That was dope. You get what I'm saying? It's so hard, with life and stuff like that to remember and things like that. And then some of us just had content people couldn't post. Maybe me. My skits be like, they're like, this is a church. Did you send another skit? So I'm like, but that was dope, man. Like, but if we could all get together and stuff like that. Like I was watching Big Sean interview.
Yeah.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it, and it was so dope. It was one of the best interviews I've seen. And he was saying one of the things he said was like, when he popped off, when he got the deal from Kanye, he went back to his boys. He had this thing called Finally Famous. They would throw the Finally Famous parties, and he had his team where they threw these parties at school. But he went back to them. He was like, all right, y'all, listen, man, I got this deal. I need a team. He like, y'all all need to focus on me right now because I have the opportunity to set us all up. And that's what you need sometimes, man. Like if we all like rock with each other and stuff like that, and we notice somebody got like, hey man, this boy really got talent.
Right.
Let's just get behind them and let's just push them to the next level. Because sometimes that's all it be is just like you just need help. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the talent, but you don't know who to talk to. You don't know you don't know how to market. You don't know how to.
You can't do everything.
You don't know how to film the video.
You
don't got headshots. Like if everybody just can't be like, bruh, we about to just focus on you.
Yeah.
And cause you got it. You just gotta get seen. Man, we get so far.
Yeah.
So, but that was dope. That's what he said. He told his team and stuff like that. So I kind of like live by that, like trying to work with people and just network.
Do you feel like, it's always being said that it's hard to make it in Cleveland. You got to get out of Cleveland to make it. I mean, you've made it. You're living in your purpose and what you want to do and your passion. So how do you feel? Do you feel like it was, I know it takes the work, period.
Yeah.
But do you feel like, it's not as difficult that we can all make it here, we can do something and get out here and still make it?
Well, I feel like there was a time where it's like hard to make it in Cleveland, but I feel like now with social media, everything, you have access to everyone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have access to people in LA. You have access to, and it's just about putting the work in and stuff like that. Like, yeah, there are more opportunities in other places. Like, whereas like if you go like, for example, like being a rapper, right? It would be hard to be a rapper where J. Cole was from. Where he from? North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
So he moved to New York. Why? Because every record label was in New York. So he's gonna be like, it's hard to make it in North Carolina because the people that I need to see me, none of them are here, right? But now you got these apps, Instagram and stuff like that, to where you can build your own fan base without even leaving. You know what I'm saying? Leaving your city or whatever like that. So I still think it's definitely hard to make it in Cleveland, just because there's not a spotlight on it. For what that is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they're looking for. Like some certain areas, they go look like comedy right now. Atlanta, they're going to Atlanta to look for these comics and getting these dudes and stuff like that. Rap Atlanta, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like certain areas have their moments where the spotlight is on that area and people are trying to get talent from that area. So it's just, it's a grind, man. I'm not where I want to be, so but you just gotta keep going.
No, listen, I was gonna ask you about that. So I know you just got off tour, right?
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Okay, cool.
Funny
Money,
yes.
college tour. Sponsored by OurMoneyMatters.com. Shout out to my people. Let me make sure I put that .com in there. Partner with Wells Fargo. So my buddy. So this is crazy, man. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. So I'm gonna tell you about the tour. So the tour is pretty much teaching financial literacy to HBCUs, right? Which is dope. So we're going to HBCUs and teaching them about financial literacy, like the importance of credit, saving money, having credit cards, just different things like that. Teaching them having different guest speakers that are financial experts, and then we give them a comedy show.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's dope. You know, they'll hire a big name like B. Simone. The last one we just had, what's my boy name? From 85 South Show. Chico Bean.
Okay.
So Chico Bean. So you have the headliner, these big names, so that you can get the students in there, educate them, then give them a show, right? And then I'll be the opening comic. So I got this tour. I got on this tour, right? I performed. So I got on this tour by the grace of God, right?
Yeah.
I did a show for Bashir Jones fundraiser. Ray Dream was doing a little fundraiser. He's running for mayor. Bashir Jones, right? So that's my guy, right? So they
Shout
hit
out to Bashir, by the way.
Bashir. Shout out to Bashir, man. So they hit me up. That's my guy, and they're like, "You want to do this show, right? We're trying to get people to volunteer their time, right? This is a free show, right?
Right.
Now I'm not saying like I'm like BTidy, but like I'm at a point now where I get paid for every show I do, right? But you still gotta be humble enough to take these shows and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'll do it, man. You know, it's for a good cause. I'll come perform, right? And this was like a 4 or 5 hour event that I performed at, and I hosted for 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Right? So this is a long event, me being funny and keeping the show going. So I go and I perform, and I do it professionally. Like, you know, even though it was free, I performed like they paid me $10,000.
That's good.
Right? So I performed. So one of the people that's putting it together, her name Ronisha, right? So Ronisha managed a lot of artists in Cleveland. So she's like, she does like she manages, but she does a lot of like event, what is it? Like stage manager. Like she'll be there making sure the event is running smoothly, right?
Okay.
So that's her specialty, right? So she's doing that, but she's dying laughing. Now she's seen me on Instagram a couple of times, and she's seen me before somewhere else, right? But she never really seen me perform,
Right.
So she's crying laughing, right? She's like, oh my God, so she's dying laughing. So me and her, like, you know, I'm just running the show, I'm communicating with her because she's telling me like, who's next, bring this person up,
Right.
But she's crying laughing. So this is like 4 or 5 months, whenever the mayor election was, right? Like 3 months ago, right? So fast forward to like last month, I get a call from Ronisha, and she's like, so my social media had just got hacked. So she like, bro, I've been trying to DM you, find you. Where, bruh, I got your number from Dennis for the radio station. So I'm like, what's up? She like, I got this show for you. I'm like, where? She like, yeah, it's gonna be in Pittsburgh. It's this college tour. I had just did a show in Pittsburgh, right? So it was like a raggedy place I was at too. So I really wouldn't find them going back to Pittsburgh. I'm like, it's in Pittsburgh? She like, yeah. So she like, what's your budget? It's a college thing. So I'm just like, I'm trying to like price myself out of the show. Cause I'm just like,
I definitely all been there.
Cause I'm thinking like, I'm not really thinking it's like nothing. Cause, you know, I'm thinking she hit me with the Hollywood talk, you know, cause some people try to book me. They're like, yeah, I got this going on. And you get there and they only got a mic. You're like, bro, I thought you it's a closet we performing in, right? You try to sell me. So I'm thinking it's like she's selling me cause I had never worked with her. But I'm just like, she always professional when I see her. So I'm just like listening. I'm like, I'm just gonna overprice myself, right? So I'm like, yeah, this is normally what I charge for that. She like, cool. She like, okay. So the price she tell me is like 3 times more than what I asked.
That's what I'm talking
so
about.
she said, cool, they give you this. I said, huh? I said, what?
Right.
I had just got booked for another show, my boy. So I messaged him. I said, hey, bro, I can't do that. I gotta be doing this show with me, Simone and stuff like that. This college thing. So she like, so she like, yeah. She like, they was looking for a comic. Two comics they reached out, canceled. So they in the room looking for another comic. I remember I just seen you
that's good
at
right
Bashir's show. So I'm like, I got this funny dude from Cleveland, and all the dudes doing the show is from Cleveland.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They live in Atlanta now, but they all from Cleveland.
Right.
So she like, I got this dude. He like, all right. My boy Carl, shout out to Carl. He used to work at Radio 1 in Cleveland. So Carl, he like, all right, let's give him a shot. So I go perform in Pittsburgh. I was only supposed to do 1 show.
Right.
Cause it was 5. I was only supposed to do 1.
Okay.
It's kind of audition. So I go to the Pittsburgh one. So he like, he like, when I was going to go do it before I performed, he's like, can you do Houston? Can you do Alabama? I was like, yeah, I can do Alabama.
Mhm.
She's like, all right, cool, we're gonna do that one. So I do the Pittsburgh show, right? It was whack, right? I ain't really perform good. Nobody had it good. It was just whack. The crowd was dead.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of students, so it was just whack, right? So he like kind of, but I'm making everybody laugh off stage, and I'm being friendly and I'm helping out. So the staff is loving me. Yeah, the staff is loving me.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this dude is funny. So the students ain't really laugh, but the staff is like laughing because they see. So then but I know. So he hit me with the talk like, you know, hey, I just want to let you know, man, you know, some shows we might not be able to book you on, you know, but I already know I did bad.
Right.
So he trying to let me down easy. So he trying to let me down like after Alabama, you ain't coming back.
Right.
So you knew.
So he trying to tell me the bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got a chip on my shoulder too, because I'm like, I'm a dog.
Right, I
That's
know.
why I said,
Ain't
so
none of
you
these
knew
dudes
what you
funny
had to
than-
do.
Right.
I go to Miles, I kill it.
Mm.
He come to me, he like, you ready for Houston? I said,
You gotta book
yeah.
the whole
Alright.
thing,
Yeah. So I
Alright.
said, yeah. Because I go do Houston, but they already had a show where they were booked. They had other people booked already for them. So I do Houston. Now the sponsors love me. So they like, you know.
He win.
So they call me, they say, you know, the shows that you can't perform, we gonna just hire you as staff to go interview the students. So that's how one of the shows I didn't do, but then I was staff for. So I did 4, and then one of them I didn't do. So yeah, but that's how I got on, man. And I was talking to him. It was literally 6 comics before they got to me. 6 comics canceled.
Right.
Before that was like I could.
All
So that's why I
things
said it was God, man.
That's good. Right
So how do you feel about that show? Do you feel like y'all reached did the audience grow? Did it get bigger?
Yeah.
Of course, if you got bigger comedians, you mentioned B. Simone.
B. Simone, Chico Bean,
from Pennsylvania.
So it started, you know, we started doing different things throughout like each show you get better. So you just like, okay, we can switch this up to get more students. So the first show was light, the second show was a bigger crowd, third show was kind of light, then the next 2 were like bigger crowds and stuff like that. So it was just different things. So it's supposed to pick back up in February. So, you know, the cool thing about it too is everybody get along. You know, we got my boy Reese Prunell.
So that's Reese, man.
Yeah. So Reese, he was one of the financial advisors that was on the tour. We got my homegirl Carrie. We got Carl. We got DJ Low Key. He's a DJ. So he's from Cleveland. Carl from Cleveland. Ronisha, who's actually helping me with management now and stuff like that. So giving me different looks. So she from Cleveland. So it's just dope, man. So everybody got along. Like that was my first time meeting everybody, and we all got along. So now it's just like it just makes sense. Like, you know, you don't touch chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So everybody get along. There's no egos. Everybody just like, let's perform, let's have fun. You know what I'm saying? So I think next year, ourmoneymatters.com, they love us. So, you know, it was to a point where they just like, you know, the one show I didn't perform, they're like, why BTidy ain't perform?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what up?
Looking for you.
You know what I'm saying? Looking for me. So it's just dope, man. But it's value on how you treat people, man. You never know when you might need somebody.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I think that's more important than anything.
It's so
you know,
important.
you gotta develop those relationships, and you have to make it's about an experience.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really
so
important.
True, man. Treat people good, man. You just never know, man. Like, that was a free show. I wasn't doing it to get booked, you know, I was just doing it as a favor. But I wanted to put my best foot forward. But then I wanted to treat the people that I was performing with respect.
Yeah.
And it go a long way, man. You never know when cause some people just want to be the person that knows the person they got put on. Sometimes that's just what it is.
Right.
They're like, oh, you looking for a rapper?
Right.
I know somebody.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Be the middleman.
Yeah, there's some people who just got connections. They don't have a talent, but they just know everybody. So it's just like, you know, how you treat the person. Do you leave a lasting impression?
Yeah.
And when you leave a lasting impression, you just never know, man. Like, that's how I got the Heart of the City. I was in the Final 4 for the Heart of the City. And, you know, we had a crazy audition here to where they had to just call bigger comics, just like, who's funny in Cleveland. The dude that vouched for me, I performed with him in 2013.
And you remember That's
2000, Courtney G, right? One of the OGs in Cleveland comedy. Courtney G, I performed with him in 2013, man. Me and him performed, like, 2013. I can't even remember if I did good that show. That's how long ago, right?
But obviously,
But he just, like, he took a liking to me, and,
An impression, for sure.
yeah, and we had a conversation one time, but he hit me up, he like, what's up, B, this Courtney, he like, you know, I love what you're doing, man, I see you on Facebook, they called me about the heart of the city, and I referred you and stuff like that, and I didn't get it, like, it wasn't like I performed, and then, like, I was a finalist after my performance,
Right.
but they only could pick 3 comics, so they just went with the 3 people who, like, Rodney Perry referred,
Okay.
you know, bigger names referred.
I got you.
So, but yeah, it's dope, man. Like, that was a relationship from 5 years ago,
Right.
like prior. I'm like, I don't even remember
Right.
how I did.
You
I'm like,
talk-
who vouched for me? that's my old head, man.
No,
You
absolutely.
talked about getting hacked. You want to touch on that for a minute? I went through the same thing, so I'm like, it's a total headache.
I mean, I could touch on it a little bit, but I'm trying to see what I can say.
No, I mean,
Because I had to press charges for this.
Oh, okay, well,
No,
we
no,
can
we-
move
yeah,
along.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can
yeah.
move along.
You're not gonna Vlad TV, Vlad TV,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So, what's the person's name?
Right.
Who exactly was it?
Who was it? So, you talk about selling drugs. How much drugs did you sell and do you still do it now? Speak it to the mic.
Right. All the way in the
Like,
mic.
come on, Goliath, bro. I got a family.
Family. How is it juggling being in and out of town and doing what you do and being in the spotlight and with your
That's not-
family?
You know what's so crazy,
Do
right?
they think you're funny?
My daughter think I'm the GOAT.
that's good.
I performed at my daughter's school, right? I did her talent
that's
show.
That's
so
dope.
nice.
So I
yes.
performed at her school. She was probably like in the 3rd grade at this point, right? So my daughter, so I performed at her school. So they like, so her school think I'm famous. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
but my boy Roach, Brent Roach. I don't know if y'all know Brent Roach. He do, you know Roach. He do a lot of
Yeah, he
events.
do a lot of events.
He
Yeah.
throw a lot of events in Cleveland, right?
Good ones too.
Yeah, like you ever been to Basement?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's him.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. So he does Basement with DJ Stroke and King Lou. So, but he's assistant principal at my daughter's school.
Really?
Oh, I know
I
that.
didn't know that.
I'm sorry about
I
putting that
did
business out. So Roach. So I'm telling you a funny story about Roach, man. I hope I get this clip. I hope y'all send me this.
I'll say it.
Okay. So look, so this is how the first time I met Roach, right? So I had a skit. I had a New Jack City skit. I don't know if you ever saw this, right?
No, I see that.
You
one.
never seen. So this is old. So I got a New Jack City called New Hack City, right? About, ironically, it's my page getting hacked.
Oh, Lord.
This was
Yes, spoken into
2016.
existence.
Words are so powerful, right?
They really
This
are.
is 2016.
Mhm.
So I do the New Jack City. So I'm like, so my dog, so my 2 like best friends that I do these skits with, Ashley and Kwame. I see you got jokes, right? Follow
Oh,
them.
yeah,
I see
yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah.
jokes TV, and I am Ashley Renee, right? This is my family, right? So we do the Nino Brown scene
Mhm.
where he like, so don't nobody know nothing, right?
Oh yeah, cancel.
Yeah. So I came in. So I come in like, what happened? What happened, right? So I'm gonna ask you, right? So I'm like, what happened? So we playing like, hey. So she's like, rock-a-bye. I'm like, shut up. So I get the cue. I'm like, what happened, baby? So I'm brushing his hair. Like, what happened? You playing the gutter man. So I'm like, what happened, baby? What happened? I'm like, you got hair like KD, right? So I'm like this. So I'm like, don't nobody know nothing, huh? So I'm like, $1 million page a week, gone, reduced to rubbish. So then I had like a handkerchief and I choked DJ Step 1. So Step 1 was the skit. So I choke him. So my boy Q get up like, Nino! So keep that in mind, right? So I'm gonna send you the skit, right?
Yeah.
So this is like one of my classics, right? This is like up there with the Will Smith and the Soldier Boy, right?
That's my favorite one, by the way.
So my daughter, so I get a call from my daughter's school. They like, Brick threw up. Like, you need to come get her.
Mhm.
She's not feeling good, right?
Mhm.
So I drive to the school, right? I go to pick her up. So Roach, I never met him,
Yeah.
but he cool with my boy Q
Okay.
that I do the videos with. But so a lot of people think they know you from skits, so they come talk to you like you had a relationship.
Right, like
So I don't know Roach, right?
I know him.
But he know me from the skits. So I walk in, so I'm like, yeah, I'm here for Brick. He like, you BTidy. I'm like, what up? Like, you Brick Daddy? So I'm like, yeah, boy. He like, man, y'all funny, man. He like, Nino. So I'm like, where the kids at? She threw up.
He's like, I'm serious.
I'm like,
I'm in dad mode.
yeah, politicking. No, I'm taking it in at first though.
Right,
So I'm like, man, you watch the skits, you okay? Like, yeah, boy, you. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I'm working this stuff. I'm like, where the Brick at? We chopping it like, right? I'm just talking to this. So.
Yeah.
But that's how I met Roach, man. He in there joking. I'm like, man, she done threw up. She in the principal office, like, sick. We here politicking about a skit. So yeah, but that's how I met Roach, man. So yeah, so but yeah, back to your question. So my daughter think I'm funny. My son, he too young right now, so he don't really think it. So my son 4, my daughter 10. But yeah, man, like traveling is hard, but like this tour, like this last month or so, probably been the hardest. It made me really think like, woo, like when this get bigger,
like that,
like when this get bigger, and now you're not seeing your, cause like, you know, I want my daughter like 80% of the time,
right?
You know what I'm saying? My son live in Canton, so you know, like to manage your time, like to be like, okay, cool, here, so we got a schedule.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing these shows like back to back weeks where I'm out of town from Wednesday to Friday, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like you going 3 weeks without seeing your kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, but it's just like when you chasing something that's big, like your passion, your dream. You know, it's like spiritual suicide to not do what you was put on earth to do.
Man,
so it's like that balance, like, dang man, like this is what I love to do, but then it's just like you feel like you deprive your family from not being there, but then you like, I'm doing it for them,
right? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's hard, man. Like, but like when I got back, like I went on vacation and I got back, I'm just like, man, like I was just thinking about people like Kevin Hart, like, man, like these dudes go on tour or they do stuff for like months.
Yeah. Sure.
You come back and you see your family doing something. You know, my son 4, like you come back and I'm like, damn, you talking, you know what I'm saying? You doing this, you know, like, damn, you got a job? Like, you know, how long was I gone? How long did I leave for? Yeah, you working? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that, like, so that crossed my mind, like for the first time ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like before it wasn't like that. Like I would have shows, but it wouldn't be like I would be gone that long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, like you said, I think because I know my kids, like, you know, when I'm working, I gotta let them know up front, like, this is for you. You know?
Yeah, this for you.
Yeah,
Man.
and it's not going. I'm working hard now, so later on I'll work as hard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So they got to understand sacrifice behind that.
Exactly.
So I got a question for you. So let me ask you this: if you were to get someone advice, if someone watching right now and saying, I want to be like Brian, you know what I'm saying? I want to do what he do.
What never be like me.
What advice would you give them? What steps would you think they should take to get to where you are?
So far as comedy, well, it's not even comedy, man. So you know, this is why I tell because I got a business outside of it. Y'all live my business right now.
Oh, all right.
But like what I tell them is it applies to anything, not just comedy, man. So you gotta put the work ethic in. You gotta have work ethic. You gotta put the work in. Whatever you're doing, it's not just gonna happen. Nobody's just looking for you. You gotta put the work in. But it starts with preparation, man. You know, failure to plan is planning to fail, right? You heard that saying before, right? So you gotta prepare, man. Like you gotta write. You gotta put your goals down. You gotta manifest what you want to happen, and you gotta practice. And you gotta be ready. You gotta stay ready, and you gotta continue to work. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody just gonna find you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. I don't care if you selling hair or you doing nails. Like people not just gonna walk into your shop. You gotta go out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? So you always gotta work hard, man. Like I tell people, work hard, stay humble, and become a student. Take advice from people that's in a position that you want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Never take advice from somebody that's not qualified to give you that advice. You know what I'm saying?
That's a gem right there.
Yeah, it's real, right? And a lot of stuff that I'm saying right now, this is stuff that mentors have taught me, and that's what life is, man. You hear stuff and you pay it forward. You share that game, but you definitely never take advice from somebody that's not qualified to give it to you. Meaning, when I went on to, you know, my background, I used to work at McDonald's, right? A lot of people know that from my stand-up. I worked at McDonald's for like 12 years, right? I quit and I went to another route because I'm like, I need to get into a position where I own a business and I can make money when I'm not there. So, and that was for stand-up because I'm like, I'm not in a position to where I can just leave my family, go to LA, live in my car, not make money and not provide. So I'm like, I need to make money to take care of my family without working. How I'm gonna do that, right? So I got to this business, and I got a mentor, and he was teaching me like how he moved up in the company and how he opened up his own firm. And I was like, all right, cool. So, you know, I remember doing it. People was telling me like, quit, go back to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And this was people like, you know, that had my best interest in hand, but they were giving me advice based off of where they are. And you know, their experience is like, you think you about to get promoted and open up a firm? Come on, man. Like, just go back here. You know, you doing a commission job where if you don't do no sales, you don't get paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, how can I ask my mom or somebody about running the business, and my mom has never ran a business? How's she gonna give me advice on that? Right? That's like, that's like getting sick and then asking your brother, who is a online video gamer, about medical advice. When you get sick, where you go? You go to the doctor. Get the advice from somebody that's qualified to give it to you.
That's good.
It's the same thing with business or whatever you're doing, right? You can't ask somebody, you know, said about something that they not even doing or succeeded at. You know what I'm saying? So that would be the main thing. Like, get you some mentors, talk to people. Don't be too big to be like, get some advice from somebody. There's people who've been doing comedy at least time than me or less time than me, that I'll be like, dang, I didn't know that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like, Brad, you know, I'm not gonna listen to you because I've been doing it 5 years. I'm like, no, what? How you do that? You know, so like, definitely be humble, work hard, practice.
That's good. I don't say that one right there. I like that because like you said, because I know, you know,
that's a caption right there.
I like that.
It really is. It's a jewel for sure.
Sure, you know, Keita had a whole laundry list of questions, by the way.
Okay, let's
Keita asks, balancing, just like you spoke upon, but we already talked about that because you talked about balancing family life and being a comic, right?
What was it?
You about balancing being being a comedian and whatnot. She want to know about the cycling thing. What she's asked, how, why, where did it come from?
All right, so I got a weird. What's the word? Infatuation. How you say it? Is it infatuation?
Infatuation.
All right, with rappers. So a lot of skits y'all see is always about like rappers. So I got like.
Can you rap?
No, not at all. But I got a weird infatuation with like their mannerisms during interviews and stuff like that. Or,
who did that? Let me know.
Like I just got a weird infatuation with their mannerisms, like how they talk. Like, you know, I'm just working on this tape. You know, that's my main focus. It's this project right here. I got a producer's front. So I just got so I always be like trolling rappers, or I'll be doing skits about rappers and stuff. So one of my jokes that I've been doing for a long time is I always be talking about how rappers always think like they different than every other rapper. So that's where so I was with my boy. I can't remember the first time my mind has said it was sonically. I was with my boy Aki, and we was outside Medusa after a comedy show. So my boy Aki, he a rapper from Cleveland. So we outside, and I'm like, I always be like, what I say first off? I'm like, what I say? So I'm like, my boy had a Armani shirt on. So I'm like, I was like, what I say? I'm like, I came out with the arm and me. This boy got on Armani. I'm like, I'm different, man. Sonically, what I'm doing, they never heard what I'm doing. I'm light years ahead of what they do. Sonically, so then my boy like this, you can't teach that. He was like, act like that's amazing. You can't teach that.
No.
So we got like this inside joke where he always be like, you can't, so I always be like, sonically? So what I did was, so I did the show, so Big Tigger's on the college comedy tour.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when I met Big Tigger, I'm like, I'm about to get a video. So I'm like, hey Tigger, man, right now, I know you got, I got the comedy on lock right now. But when I'm doing the music, sonically, I'm on a different hole. Right now. So I think it's a Rap City in the Basement freestyle. Right?
So back to the reverse to
So-
the basement.
So I did that. So I did that one. So I was just like, that's one. So then I performed. So then DJ Drama was one of the guest speakers on
Okay.
Oh yeah,
On the
I
last
seen
one.
that. Yeah.
So then I said, he about to leave though, right? So I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to get this video with him. So I put a camera out.
You must.
I'm
you
like,
must.
Drama, what up? And I had just posted my DJ Drama skit too, right? So I'm like, Drama, what up? He like, what's up? I'm like, I get the picture. Or did I get the picture? I don't know what I got, but I'm just like, he about to walk out, so I put my phone out. I'm like, man, it's just an honor, man. We got Drama. So I'm like, hey, Drama, let me talk to you. Like, what's up? He like, holiday season. I'm like, sonically? What I'm doing right now? He like, so Drama like, sonically? I'm like, I'm different. I'm 5 years ahead of him.
You're not getting what you're doing, but you got it though.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm 5 years ahead of him. So what I need is a gangster grills. He's like, I don't got no money, but give me a gangster grills and some beats, and we can do some things. I see what you did for me. So now it's just an ongoing thing. So anytime I'm in front of somebody with music, I just be like, listen, what I'm doing, and then like the Soulja Boy skit. That's what really made me just like keep going with that character when I did the Soulja Boy. So that's probably like my biggest view, like Instagram video.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That or None of Us.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here.
The NutriBurst
NutriBurst
troll
one,
video I did.
The Sierra prayer one had me dying laughing. I shared that one. Everybody
Sometimes I really feel like they don't deserve me, man. They don't appreciate the level of content that I put out. That's like well thought. I just don't have a name.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff that I see get reposted, and it's no hate. It's hate a little bit in here. What I'm about to say, because I'm competitive. I just be looking like they not even trying. It's just like what I told you earlier. You get a fan base, you don't even have to try to be funny.
Yeah.
That's why I respect dudes like Desi Banks. Like Desi Banks, I have never seen him put out a bad video. That boy can't miss.
Right.
Desi Banks, I have not seen him put out a bad skit, not once. Some of these dudes though, I see it be trash. I'd be like, bro, how is this getting shared? You know what I'm saying?
The fan base, like you said.
It's a fan base, man. It's so easy. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to keep that integrity to the people. Like when you get that fan base to not like just water it down and just put out stuff.
Right, just cause.
You know, and I think like TikTok is really causing that. Like that's why I took a break from like posting. I was on TikTok, man, and that shit made me lazy. Cause it like I already be looking down on it because like now TikTok got everybody thinking they funny now.
Right.
Just repeating what somebody
Already
already
did,
created. So it's a as far as comedy, I'm so passionate about it. I hate when I feel like people just like pretty much like culture vulturing or like trying to shice the people. You feel me? Like not everybody funny and you just repeating what somebody already created. You know what I'm saying? It's just like and these people like my boy Jason Banks. I don't know if y'all follow Jason Banks.
Oh yeah.
So that's my boy, right? So Jason Banks, stand-up comedian, right? He went viral on TikTok and pretty much changed his life.
Everybody started doing that.
Everybody started to change his life, right? During the pandemic. He couldn't work.
Oh, why I know that?
Yeah. So the comedy club shut down during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Jason Banks was a full-time stand-up comedian because he was already in clubs doing like headline and stuff like that. You know, probably getting like what we all get, like, you know, $800,000 a weekend, sell some t-shirts, make another $1,000, right? So to support your family, right? The club shut down, so nobody could work. He starts doing TikTok videos, right? This is when TikTok really started like coming back because it used to be called Triller at first.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Triller was really TikTok before TikTok.
Oh, man.
The TikTok came.
Yeah.
Triller is like separate now, but TikTok came pretty much with the same concept of Triller.
Yeah.
So TikTok come, he jumped on it. He started doing these videos every day. During the pandemic, every day he doing a video. The characters, his son, the characters. He just doing it every day. And then before you know it, he got 8 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah,
Then he got 1 million followers on Instagram. Now he changed his life. Now he's probably getting $40,000-$50,000 a weekend. That's put his money around. But I'm just saying though.
But no, but
I know what these cats get, but it changed
his life.
It changed his life and stuff like that. But I brought him up because I seen a chick doing his all his TikTok.
The whole thing.
She just redoing his things, right? And TikTok shouts her out for. They say we love these videos that you do. This is not even your material.
Oh, wow.
So stuff like that make me so mad.
Yeah.
So, but when I lost my page, I went to TikTok because it's so hard to go viral on Instagram now. Like with the algorithm and how they share your post.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting. I was at like 9,000 followers on my old page. So I started back at 0. I'm at like 900 now, right? So I'm posting. I'm getting like 100 views. I'm just like fed up. I'm like, bro, I'm putting out this quality material. So I went to TikTok, and TikTok is trying to still get it. They all in competition.
Yeah.
So they giving away views and followers really fast. So I started going up. You know, I started getting like a couple like 50,000 view videos. So I'm just like, I started doing these TikToks, and then before you know it, I'm doing all these easy, like I'm losing my creativeness. Like I ain't, like if you look, I ain't done a skit. I ain't done a skit in like 3 months.
Oh damn, it's been 3 months?
You looking at old videos?
That's old. All them old.
Oh, I didn't know that. Every video I posted is old. It's from like 2015,
Oh,
wow.
2000. Y'all just ain't
It's
seen.
long.
Like I
Right.
said, it's new to you.
right.
So it's new to you. So people hit me up like, boy, that's funny.
Right.
That's 8 years old.
There you go. That's crazy.
5 years old, bro. I did that like
Wow.
5 years ago. So I haven't filmed I filmed new TikTok videos and new like different stuff, but I haven't filmed a skit maybe since my page got maybe like 3-4 months. So, but the last couple weeks I haven't posted nothing at all. Like I've been posting like really, I haven't done no TikToks or nothing like that. And I'm like I'm getting back. So that's what I was doing before we started. I was writing down like different skits. I'm like, I get back to filming, man. Even with my Instagram and stuff like that, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's me. I love to create. So I'm like, I gotta get back to that, man. TikTok make you lazy though.
so man, my last question about the material part, but like, so we talked about how you go realize situations or you know what I'm saying, pull from real life to make your content, but how do you digress, like say this definitely gonna kill it, this is not gonna kill it, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you choose what you think is gonna go viral, what's not gonna go viral?
I don't know, man, because the stuff that go viral be the stuff that you wouldn't even try. I be thinking of some stuff like, it be some stuff that I do that I know that's gonna take, because when I'm telling somebody, I'm laughing and they laughing while I'm just telling them how, like when I did Nutter Bus, like, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, so y'all remember when NutriBurst came out, right? Right. So everybody doing the NutriBurst videos, like, my body feels amazing. I'm taking my NutriBurst. So I called my boy Q. I said, bro, I got an idea to do. I want to do a NutriBurst skit. So he said, what you want to do? I say, so we gonna call it. I can't remember who named it. I'm like, damn, not NutriBurst. We like Nutter Bus. So I'm like, I don't know. Me and him both probably came up with it. So I'm like, we gonna call it this. So he's like, what's the skit? So I'm like, I just want to make fun of them. How these girls always be like, you know, take your oils, make sure you. I like so. And so I'm like, so we like, I'm like, damn, what's the punch? So I say, the punch. So I say, what if after my trial video, because Q bigger than me. Yeah. So Q a heavy dude, right? He lost weight now though, but he a heavy dude at this point, right? So I'm like, what if after the trial, when I reveal my body weight is you and I gain weight? So he's like, what? So I turned it to you. We got the same outfit on. So he come back on like, my body feels amazing. So he's like, I've been taking my NutriBurst with bacon, a pancake, so just all this fat food. So I'm like, in the beginning of the video, I'm like, yeah, man, we got the NutriBurst, we got the Nutter Bus. Right now we got 8 bottles left. So y'all get it right now. So the Q cut back. So Q on his part. So like, right now we got 14 bottles. Oh, they gave some back. So he's like, well, look, shit. If y'all like that, we got some Nutter Bus. We got some Nutter Noodles. We got the whole thing. We got some headphones. Like we got some Nutter Beats. And then my daughter was in the skit. We like, shit. We got a Nutter Baby. So we were just like, so that one. And then the Soulja Boy, that was another one that I knew. I'm like, because we was writing it. We freestyled it, but we had the concept of what we was gonna do. So I'm like, we gonna redo it. I'm like, I'm gonna do Cleveland rappers again, like I told you. And I'm like, I'm gonna just say everything that they did. I did it. So I'm like, so he like, all right, cool. What's some rappers? So I'm like, what's some rappers we can do? So he told me, he the one who told me MGK worked at Red Bull because he used to go to CSU. Q, and he was coming up, they used to be at CSU giving out the Red Bull.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you know, MGK worked there for the Red Bull. He used to pass about this. I'm like, swear. So I'm like, damn, how we gonna do it then? So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, I got him a job at Red Bull. So he like, so we freestyling. So we going off. So we record.
Yeah.
I just know the rappers that we gonna do.
Yeah.
And I know like they attributes. So I'm like, so we dying though. So I'm like, he like, what make you think you had the biggest year at Cleveland B? I'm like, cause who hotter to be? He like, what about MGK? I'm like, MGK. I'm like, the dude that lost his girl Amber Rose to 21 Savage. I'm like, I made MGK. I got him his first job at Red Bull. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. I told him Victor Red Bull is your rap faster. And I'm like, he like, swear. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do Red Bulls give you? He like, wings. And I'm like, he drank it and what happened? His career took off. That's me. I did that.
All of that.
So then I'm like, he like, what about Bone? I'm like, that was my uncle. Uncle Charles. That's me. I made them. So we just started doing all these rappers. So then I'm just like, everybody, any rapper you think of. I'm like, oh, Gutter? I'm like, I told him to scream. He's like, it's your boy Gutter. I'm like, yeah, push that shit up. So I'm like, so when we was doing that, I'm like,
It's going.
it was going. I posted it, bro. Literally, probably like 3,000 comments. 3,000 comments. 2,000, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 shares. Like, it was just crazy. I don't know how that didn't go viral, but that's like Instagram's algorithm.
Oh yeah.
Like they had to get the money, man. Like when those cats was going viral, like King Key Round when they first started going viral, Cornell, all these dudes was like going viral so easily and getting these followers. And then what they started doing with the hustle was they would say, pay me for promotion. So you got a million followers, right?
Yeah.
For promotion, hit me up. So you would hit them up. They're like, cool, how much to put this on your page? They got 1 million followers. I'm like, hey, I'm at 800, 1,000 to put it up for the day. If you want to put in your story, 500, right? Instagram see this. The next year, they do their first update. The update now is pay Instagram for promotion. So it takes them away. The next update is the algorithm. Now you can't see the video in the order that it was posted. So now if we go on here right now, right? The first post you would see might be from 2 days ago.
Right.
Remember before it used to be like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So it stops people from like just posting at the right time and then everybody seeing it. So they stopped it. So now it's just like it's totally now you got the system the sensitive controls, stuff like that. Like you have to people now you got to go turn it off. Now like you write certain comments and stuff like this. This post previously was blocked from certain words. You're like, what? They only pay your videos to 10% of your followers now.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They only do 10%. You have to get more interactions for it to go up. So I'll get somebody some game real quick because I did some research on this. So the first thing that somebody can do to get more views, get your video get more views, is if you get your followers to save it. So to hit the save button, like if you want to save something for later to watch it. Because Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, they are all competing to keep you on the app. Okay? So if you're a content creator and people are saving your videos, that's showing Instagram that people like you enough to save it to come back to the app to watch you later. So they're gonna boost your stuff up. Right.
But you have to pay for it.
Right. So saving is the top thing. The next one is sharing. People share. They like you enough to share it to other people. The next thing is comments. The least thing is likes. Because you can like something without watching it. Wow. Right? You can just like it without watching it. What is keeping people's attention on this app the longest? Right? So that's that. Another trick is if you post something, as soon as you post it, close the app. So you post something, right? You make a post, close the app. Just close the app. Because Instagram, what they do is they will boost your post up for you to get likes to make you say, who liked my post to come back on the app.
Oh, get out of here.
So yeah, so this is some stuff I did some research on it.
Yeah. Brian gave me all the game now, y'all. Cause I didn't know that one. That's a whole new one right there. And I I'll be thinking about how I can get my engagement and likes up on all that good stuff. But I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
wow.
so that was one of the ones that I got, like, post something and then exit out of it, man. But it's just it's so crazy now, because like with this, like the algorithm, somebody share your post, like it's going to 10% of your followers only seeing it, and then if I share, only 10% of my followers are seeing it.
Right.
So it's just like now it's just crazy, man. So you think 10% of 1,000 is what, 100?
Yeah.
So 100 of my followers are seeing the post.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just like before I had 9,000, so like 900 was seeing it, and then hopefully you get some shares from big names. So it's just crazy, man.
No,
It's definitely like
You
it's
have to
definitely
have a piece.
yeah. Like you definitely got. That's why you see people just doing this weird shit now on there, like for real, bro. Like going in places and fake arguing.
Yeah.
You know, just fake stuff, like because controversy sell. You know,
Oh yeah, no.
putting wigs on, acting like females. You know.
I ain't
Look
gonna
at
bring.
everything.
I'm about to bring it up though, but I'm gonna ask your opinion on that.
No wigs for gigs. that was a movement I had like a couple years ago. I was like, no wig. I'm not putting no wig.
It's like
no
a whole movement.
I'm
So
not acting.
convincing,
I'm
though,
not
too,
acting
like, wait a
listen, I got a
minute.
son. My son
Wait
ain't about
1
to. My
minute.
son ain't about to see no footage of me acting like no woman. And no, not to, because there's some comics that I respect that do that, but they do it with, it's like comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Martins, the Jamie
Yeah.
Foxxes, you know, the Benji Browns.
Yeah.
These cats, paved the way for that. But it's, you know what I'm saying? It's some IG comedians that do it that I respect and they do it and stuff like that, But it's some cats that it's some new cats that's just doing it because it's trendy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even got a character. Like some people got characters. Right?
The whole gambit of people, the kids.
Yeah, like they characters and stuff like that. Like, but some of them just putting on it, and it's just like, you a whole man just acting like a woman. Like,
convincing.
See, so convincing. No, you ain't even. The voice ain't even different. Like I can see if you do voices, and you're like, I'm acting like this is a character. Like you do characters. Some of them just putting the wig on and like, yeah, try to speak your piece. And they just saying stuff, and I'm like, you really? Oh, we're talking about sucking.
Oh yeah, no, listen.
That's
listen.
all that.
As a man?
Listen.
Okay.
Hey, listen, but like I said, hey, teach their own, right?
It ain't even funny. I respect if it's funny, but it's like, alright.
No, listen.
And women eating that up.
Hey.
You got women taking advice from men acting like women on how to be a woman. I'm like, how that
That made no sense.
That make no sense.
That made
Y'all
no
reposted skits of a man pretending to be y'all, talking about what y'all need. Y'all already seen what the one boy got y'all. That was.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Was that dude that was cheating on his wife?
What's my man? Jackson. No, what's his name? Jackson.
His name was like. It was Jack something because I did a skit on that.
And his wife.
Oh yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
You may ask me this.
Yeah.
He's on her hand real tight, like. No, but no, listen. But comedy for me is like, if I'm having a rough day or you know what I'm saying, I have a long day, I promise you that's my way to get away from, you know what I'm saying, from a hard day. You know what I'm saying? It's my escape from it.
Laughing is healing.
It really is, man. So you are doing a service to us all, by the way, brother. So I appreciate it.
Man.
And it's so much needed with everything going on, you know. You need to get a break away from the stress and the just all the mental things that are coming everybody's way with everything going on.
No man, it's so important. Like, just this too. Like this what we do it for, man. I don't care how tough you is. I always tell people like, I don't care how tough you is. I don't care how much of a thug. You appreciate compliments and you appreciate, recognition, like somebody recognizing you and stuff like that, or, you appreciate that stuff. So when people like, oh man, thank you for like doing this. I'm like, thank you for thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how tough you is. You tell somebody so at work we wear suits. So y'all ever see me on Instagram, I always got a suit on, right? For the office, right? So everybody pretty much in here wear suits and stuff like that. So I saw a young boy coming in for an interview. And he had a suit on, but he had a fly suit. So I'm like, damn, man, you look nice. But you can tell he's kind of like tough. So I'm like, bro, you fly. I'm like, you look good, man. The shoes are. So he like, word. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's fun, man. So, but you know, like he was still trying to be cool, but I could tell that made him feel good, man. That's what I'm just like.
Because everybody won't do that.
Yeah,
Everybody
man.
won't. They'll think it in their head, but they won't, you know, let you know.
You got to.
You know, you
got to,
know.
man.
People need that.
And it was a trend point where like I used to do this too. Like I used to always like, because I'm a comedian, always joking. And like, you know, like roasting somebody. Like somebody could be like they could post something and I'll be like, dang boy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just be like, and this girl checked me, right? And I think this was like my younger years, but I was flirting with her, but I was
riding her.
but I was riding her though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And she like, damn, you always got something negative to say. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm playing.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it made me think, like, I'm like, she don't really know me, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes people, like, you don't know, some people are insecure about stuff. So I'm playing, but she might be really insecure about whatever I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I had stopped doing that, man. And since then, man, like, I'm on this wave now where we tell our friends, like, hey, bro, you look good, bro, that's fly.
Right.
Like, I tell my dog, like, you know what I'm saying, like my boy, like, he losing weight, so, like, been buying clothes. I'm like, bro, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's fly. Or I just comment on, bro, that's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that jacket fly. You know what I'm saying?
Needed
And people need to hear that. Yeah, man.
So glad you brought that
You
up.
got to start doing that, man. Like, oh, that's
Yeah,
fly. Oh, that's
yeah.
hard. You see somebody do a photo shoot and they post it, that's hard. Oh, I like that picture and stuff like that. Like, you could play, but it's just like, because I had to do, because I'm a comedian, people always trying to roast. And I'm like, bro, like, one day I just went in the mood and this dude just like, I'm like, bruh, you on 10 straight pictures trying to joke, bro. Leave me alone, man. And I'm like, and when I get you, I'm not gonna stop. I'm in Olivia, man. I'm like, it's gonna be a 4-day event. You gonna think it's over? I'm like, bro, I was so bad. And that was the other story. I was just like, man, I'm just like not even gonna do that no more, man. So every time I see something that's dope, I just tell them like, oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Well, you look good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, or telling your homeboys, telling women that, like, telling your men. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got to, man. It make people feel good, man. Like sometimes you just don't know what somebody going through. Like a lady told me that, she's like, I was about to, lady told me, she's about to kill herself. I felt like she was gassing me up. She's like, I'm about to kill, because I had did the, did you see the Pay the Fool?
Yeah.
The barbershop one.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that.
In the background, he was like doing this in the mirror.
Yeah. So I did. No, not in the mirror. What was it?
No, you was to pay him. He's like, how much is this right here or whatnot?
No.
Which one is it? Oh no.
Pay the Fool.
Yeah, my bad. Who was in there? My man from EC. He was in
EC
there.
Tribe.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was in there. Yep.
So I had did that one right. That was probably like.
That was in the back too.
Huh?
That was in the back too.
That was who?
That was in the back.
Long time ago.
Yeah, that was 2009. It was before the pandemic. I did that.
Wow.
Maybe 1918. So that's another thing too. I was just reposting that, right? I was just doing this thing where, in the beginning of this year, I was like, why am I not where I want to be, as far as like on Instagram? And I was like, these cats that's like got a bigger following than me, like, you know, I'm competitive. I feel like I'm like, I really, it's like a couple people that I'm like that motherfucker like just got a natural talent. Like he can do stuff that I just can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe sing, maybe dance.
Yeah.
And, you know, he could do
To
add with his copy. So it's some cats that I still don't really feel like nobody really funnier than me. Like, but like it's some cats that I'm like, yeah, bro, that's creative. Or I wish I thought of that.
Right.
And but I was like, what am I doing that these cats that I don't think fucking with me is more successful than me? And I'm like, these dudes drop a video every day. And I was making excuses like, I got a business, I got kids, I actually do stand up. I'm like, I'm putting out videos once a month, once every 2 months. And then I'm putting so much like thought and production into it that it's just like taking long. So I'm just like, I need to just film. I need to go back to the naiveness I had when I first started. Like when I first started doing stand up, every skit I did was from an iPhone and I edited it and stuff. It was still long. It maybe took me like 2 hours to film it from an iPhone.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was that hungry. Then I started hiring people to film it for me. Got spoiled. So I'm like, I'm about to just start filming every day.
Yeah.
Whether it's an iPhone, whether it's a videographer, I'm gonna still do quality. But so I was doing that, and then I was like, all right, Thursdays traffic slow, so I'm gonna just start posting throwbacks. So I'm posting throwback skits. So I told you I did the Pay the Full in 2018. So this year in like March, I had posted the Pay the Full again. And for Throwback Thursdays, I posted, I'm getting ready to go out, like bowling or something like that. I think I might go bowling. And I'm getting dressed. I'm like, damn, my Instagram going. So I just see like a whole bunch of them. I'm like, damn, my shit going. So I ain't thinking nothing of it. So I was like, I see them liking the old videos. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm getting like followers, not even like, I'm getting followers. I'm like, damn, I got like 40 followers. I'm like, okay. I'm like, somebody must have reposted it. So I ain't thinking that. So then I'm like, it's gonna die down. So I get in the shower, get out. I'm like, damn, 50 more followers.
That's dope.
I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened? So I go to drive and pick everybody up. So I'm sitting there like, all right, we coming. I'm sitting outside. And then I'm like, damn, I ain't looked in 30 minutes. I refresh, I'm like, 200 new followers. I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I'm like, what the hell happened?
You gotta go
so then I get a text message, my boy say, bruh, Dame Dash reposted the Pay the Full. So I said,
I know that.
Yeah, so that's how I went from 5,000 to 9,000 followers. Because at the beginning of this year I was at 3,000.
Yeah.
So I went from 3,000 to 6,000 like 6 months. I was just posting videos every day, and I was posting old ones because I was just like, stop acting like everybody know you.
Right.
Everybody ain't seen these videos, bro, and they still good. Just keep reposting them because you never know.
Still that one, by the way.
Yeah. And I reposted them, my best ones. I would just repost them randomly.
Right.
And this last time, I was like, let me just tag Dame Dash. I just tagged him in the thing.
Yeah.
And somebody shared it. It was going, and because I had more of a following from 2018. Like I'm up like 4,000 followers from the first time I did this video. So I'm like 4,000 people haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it yet, right?
So I reposted. Dame Dash got it, reposted it, bro, and then
it was going after that.
It was going. But yeah, man. So I get passionate when I be talking this kind of shit.
No, listen, man.
That's what you do.
You give me gems. I'm gonna play this back for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
learning.
people want to hear. People want to hear about your experience. People want to hear,
But I really appreciate y'all, man. Doing this. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot.
You good.
I was at the crib. Like, we have like 15 minutes out. But we like quick. We here. I'm like, 15 minutes out.
Hey, it's cool.
Tell us a little bit about your business, though. Your business here.
Oh yeah. So I own a sales and marketing firm. We do like business to business sales, door to door. Just whatever, man. So I started doing this in 2015. I quit my job in So I was working at McDonald's. I quit McDonald's in like 2014, right? The only job I ever had from being 15 after college to like being 29, right? Like 13 years I had worked there. So I quit thinking I had another opportunity to work somewhere else. This dude that owned the McDonald's, like, I'm gonna be a supervisor. I'm gonna make you a supervisor for Menchie's. I sold to McDonald's once I get this money. So he like, put your 2-week notice in December. Put my 2-week notice in. I quit the first day of the 2-week notice. I'm like, I ain't coming back. So right then I'm dirty, right?
It's over with.
It's over with. I just moved to Lakewood with my girl at the time, and we had just moved to Lakewood, she was already living in Lakewood. I moved in with her. I'm like, we could just listen. I'm like, we could save some money. We could just pay this place. I'm like, I got rid of my house. I'm like, cool. So me and her moved to Lakewood, and I stopped working. And I was relying on this dude, and like 2 weeks went by. I'm like, all right, cool, we start. He like, it's gonna be another week. I'm like, all right, bet, I got money saved. Week go by, I'm like, when we start working? He's like, it's gonna be another 2 weeks. I'm like, all right. 3 weeks go by. I'm like, all right, bro, I gotta pay rent. So he like, it's gonna be another month. He's like, it's gonna be another couple weeks. So I'm like, what the hell, bro? He like, right now, he's like, I got the money, but I don't have collateral for the bank. So the bank won't give me the $3 million loan to get the rest of the Menchie's. So he's like, it's gonna take a little bit longer. So I'm like, all right, well, what can I do? So he like, you could do some marketing. I'm like, hell yeah, I can market, bro. I know how to talk to people. I'm like, I know how to get on the computer and make designs and promote. Like, cool, put this ice cream costume on, you're gonna go to daycare and dance.
I'm with it.
And you're You gonna do the nay? I'm like, what? I said, bro, I'm a grown man. I'm not putting on no
Gotta
ice
pay
cream
rent.
costume. He said, you don't want to pay this rent?
Yeah.
My girl. So, nobody even really know this story, right? The mask, I've never told this story to.
Oh,
Please
we got
do
two
tell.
tonight. Nah, that's
The
what I'm
What did
talking
your
about.
girl say, first of all?
She,
What
she,
did she
she don't even know.
what did she say?
She gonna know if she don't know what I was doing. Nobody in my family know. I was embarrassed.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you for sharing.
So I
with
went.
us.
So I went in. I was going to daycares, and I had this little Minchie's costume on, dancing, passing out gift cards. I would get $100 in the event.
Yeah.
And I did that. I remember I took my daughter to one of them. My daughter at this time, she was little, so she was scared of everything. So I come out in the costume. She screamed, ran across we did a nursing home. She like, ah! like, it's your dad in there. I'm in there like,
Oh.
what the fuck am I doing with my life right now? I'm a 29-year-old man in an ice cream costume with my daughter in tears. So I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I do that, and you know, it just took a toll, man. Man, the girl pretty much was just like, I wasn't making money. You know, you had this plan where I'm just like, bro, we about to build,
Right,
we about to make
right.
this money.
Yeah.
I'm cutting your bills in half, you cut mine in half. We about to have all this money saved and stuff like that. And then I quit my job,
Yeah.
and she just like, what's up? What's up? Did you get the money? When you go to work and stuff like that? And I'm just waiting on this man. And I remember like, me and her broke up. I moved back home. My mom, I was 29 in my mom's basement. Me and my daughter, never forget it, moved back home. I hadn't been home since I went to college. And my mom trolling me.
Your mom.
Who quit a job before they get a job?
That's
my
mama.
mama funny
You
too,
already
though.
know.
I'm about to say, you must get for your
That
mom.
is
My
mama.
mama funny, right? But she took me back. She didn't make me feel bad about coming home, though. But I just heard her on the phone with her like, that boy quit a job before he got a job. And I remember, and she used to ask me like, "What you doing? What you waiting on?" I'm like, "No, mom, he got me, mom. I'm gonna just wait and stuff like that." And like a month, 2 more months went by. She's like, "Come on, you gotta do something. You're just waiting on this dude." I'm like, "This my man. This my man. He got me." And I remember he called me 3 days before my birthday, May 15th, and he was like, "Hey man, the deal fell through. I'm not getting the stores. I can get you back at McDonald's." I'm like, "Bro, you know how I quit? I can't go back there." So I'm like. And I was already burnt out. I had been doing that for like 12 years. I'm like, bro, I can't even mentally get right.
Yeah.
So he's just like, all right, man. And I was 29. I didn't know how to do a resume because every job I got, I walked in and just got it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm Googling how to do a resume. I pretty much just stole what was on Google and just put my name
Of course, of course.
They're like, oh, you're a marine biologist. Yeah, I work at the White House.
Right.
Obama? Yeah, I'm like, good.
Right.
Right? So I just...
That was you.
So I got this interview here with this company called Repair Concepts, and I'm just like, what is this? And I think it's sales. Well, I didn't know what it was. My boy like, I think you going door to door. I'm like, nah, bro, this is marketing. We're going to meet the Browns and the Cavs, and we're gonna meet and consult with them. So consulting. He's like, all right. Cause I hadn't been on the job hunt, so he like said, like, I'm telling you, boy, that's what a lot of these jobs are hiring. It's hard, but it's a good opportunity. So I'm like, bro, that ain't what it is. So I came, did the interview. They're like, all right, cool, we're gonna do a shadow day. I'm like, cool. Went to Akron, got out of the car, and he hit on the door. I'm like, he know them? And he hit another door. I'm like,
You know him too.
what are we doing? He got hit doors. I pulled my phone and I said, yeah, we knocking doors. He said, I told you! And I did it, man, and I had to humble myself, and I did it, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get some money, and I'm gonna quit when I get something else.
Yeah.
And I did it, and
You probably had a natural knack, though.
but I was naturally
Yeah,
good
you
at
could
I was
talk to
naturally
people,
good at it.
yeah,
So I made a lot of
yeah.
money my first week. So I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna just keep doing it until I quit. And I kept doing it. And then I'm making like $1,500 a week, right? So I'm like, the owner, my business partner now, but at the time he was my manager, he was the owner. I'm like, he a year older than me. He 30, so I'm like, if I'm making $1,500 a week,
How much you making?
and I'm doing like 30, 40 sales a week, and he got 30 employees that do the same, how much do you make? So I asked him, because I'm like, first time I said, he wasn't here for the first week, he was in Vegas. So I'm like, he's 30, young boy. So I'm like, I'm like, how much you make? Yeah, what you mean? He's like, I pay myself a salary. I'm like, no, how much you make though? How much the business make? So he go, I get paid off every sale that's done in the company. So I said, every sale I do? He said, yeah. He said, when you do a sale, this is the total amount that is paid out. I give y'all a large portion of it. I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then he said, I make this amount. So I'm like, oh, that's not a lot. He's like, yeah, but that's times every sale. So I said, how many sales we do? He said, we did 426 in a week. And I said, and you get what, 40 per? So I said, I said, you made $19,000 in a week? He's like, yeah. He said the company made 38, and another 38 I made 19. And I paid myself a salary and just build my account. I said, you made 38,000. I said, show me.
Yeah.
And he showed me, and then he just showed me every week, and I was just like, you 30? I'm like, you 1 year older than me. I'm like, bro, I gotta figure out how to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you think I get promoted? He like, bro, you got all the skills. You like, just gotta do it.
Yeah.
And then I just start, my gears started turning. I'm just looking, I'm like, and then one day I seen him come home. He can't, like one day I had to come to the office for something, like 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, he had to let me in the office. But each day it was like 2:30. And he's coming back, he got on golf shorts on. And I'm like, what you doing? He like, just went golfing. And he came back to say, he like, I just went golfing. I'm like, what time you stop? He's like, yeah, I'm done like 1 o'clock. I said, where you work from 9 to 1? I'm like, we don't really start working till 11. You work from, he like, yeah, 9 to 1, do some interviews. I said, every day? I said, bro, I gotta get, and at that moment, I'm like, I gotta get promoted. And then I started seeing, I went to a conference, I seen that, I thought it was just a Cleveland thing. I'm like, hold up, y'all got offices in 30, 40 states? I said, okay, bro, let me forget. And then, so I grinded, man. I put my head down. I did the sales for 2 years, and then I just aligned this with what my dream was. I'm like, I know I need to make money to be able to go after stand-up, but I can't be homeless and just not work because I got kids and child support. So I said, I'm gonna get promoted. And then in 2 years, I did real good. I showed that I could do this. I signed my own individual contract. When y'all walk out, y'all see my company name, Stand Up Management. I do stand-up comedy. And I opened up stand-up management in 2017. So I've been doing that. I've been running the company and just promoting out offices. Like I got 2 in Pittsburgh. I got 1 in Canton, 2 in Columbus.
You know
what I'm saying? So yeah, so that was my, and that's why I said earlier, like, man, you got to put a plan together. Like that was the first time. At that point, I made up my mind. I was like, I'm never gonna wait. I'm never gonna let another man have my future in his hands. Right? I learned that before COVID, because COVID taught this. If y'all didn't learn that in COVID, when they told y'all couldn't go to work, and your bills kept coming every month, and you couldn't make no money. If that didn't change your hustle, but I learned that lesson in 2014. Waiting on another man to tell me I can come make money. And I had a crossroads in the business because that dude ended up calling me back. He's like, I got these Jimmy Johns. I want you to come back. Same dude and everything. Same dude. This is my dog though. And at this time, y'all, and
I was gonna ask that. Are y'all still cool?
I haven't talked. I don't talk to it like it's no like ill will and all like that. Like I just knew he was just in a bad situation. So he was a young dude too. He had inherited all those McDonald's and then he sold them and to do something else. So, but he hit me up and I'm gonna give you another quote. This is like one of the quotes I live by. Right, the problems in your life, the issues in your life that's going on is either going to be the reason you can't do something or the reason you got to do it, right? So whatever issue. True. So when I started here, y'all, in 2015, don't lie, I was living in my mama's basement. My phone was off. I had just lost my car because I used to drive with no license and insurance. But I wasn't working for 6 months, so when my car got impounded, I didn't have any money to pay to get it out. So I had to let them keep it. Because they got too much, like the daily charge got too much, so they ended up keeping it. So when I started here, we doing sales. I had no cell phone, so the owner brought me a cell phone. That's pretty much what kept me loyal to him. Because I'm like, this dude don't know me. He brought me a cell phone to do sales. Probably the greatest $150 he ever spent, right? I was catching the bus So if y'all drive down here, it's no bus that comes in,
Yeah.
right? So I'm walking from
You
where
gotta walk.
where Spins,
Oh,
where it's
yeah.
Roll Alley, down the hill, a 20-minute walk every day. It's a 2-hour bus ride
Ooh.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Every day, bro.
Yeah.
2-hour bus ride, so I got to be here at 9.
Yeah.
I got to get here, wake up at 5, take my daughter to school, catch the bus, walk down the hill, no car,
That's dedication,
no
bro.
phone, and that's what
Cleveland snow.
in
Right,
Cleveland
in
Snow,
Cleveland Snow,
3
right.
winners, door-to-door sales, and that's what one of my I saw it, the interview, and this was before I had heard this quote, but he was like, the stuff you're going through in life is either going to be the reason you can't do it or the reason you have to. I had every excuse to be like, bro, I can't do this job, bro. I
Yeah.
got to wake up this early. I got to catch the bus. I don't got no car. I don't got no phone. I live with my mama. I'm like, nah, I got to get promoted because I don't got no car. I got to catch the bus.
Yeah.
So, and I came in, man, and I put that work in, and then I had that one crossroad moment when the dude was calling me, like, trying to recruit me back. Like, I got these Jimmy Johns, and he was just like, you know, because it's days it's hard when you're doing sales. Like, you in sales.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's days where you don't hit your quota.
We
You
gotta
at
have a
0.
conversation about that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm at 0
Me too.
in the field, in somebody's neighborhood. It's dark. It's snowing,
Mhm.
and this dude hitting me up like, all right, cool. So I got these Jimmy Johns, and I'm gonna give you 50,000 to come. And I'm like, bruh, like, cool. I'll call you back. Think about it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you 55,000 because I was a damn good manager at the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 55,000. What's up? I'm like, I don't know, man. I kind of like this, right?
Mhm.
And then I remember I had some dude told me it's just like man, you can't have one foot in, one foot out. You gotta commit to what you're doing. And I was just like, and the dude called me, and I had just seen the dude. I just had a conversation. He made 38,000 in a month, and he's like, all right, look, man, I'm gonna give you 48,000. I'm gonna buy you a car, a company car, and you know, I'm gonna give you a small percentage in the Jimmy John's.
Mhm.
And I was just like, and it was one of the days I had no sales. I was like, what kind of car?
right. You considering?
And I was like, I'm gonna call you back. And I just like, it was just one moment I just thought, I'm like, bro, I already quit a job
for you
before, so I was kind of worried. And I was like, I'm like, bro, I did the same thing for 12 years and had nothing to show for it. And I'm like, I can't go back to do the exact same, like working fast food restaurant manager.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna just try it. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just try this, man. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna try this, and I'm gonna do it. He's just like, man, I heard people doing jobs like that, but it's hard. They never stick. And I'm like, man, I just stuck with it, man. So I opened up stand-up management 2017.
That's history.
You know, that's a response to your question.
No.
But yeah, man. So that's my
Happy to
business,
hear
man.
that.
So I do that now, and then that's what I do, man.
That's motivation.
It's motivation,
really,
man.
really for people. You know?
2019,
That was
I
a
put the
lot.
work in, y'all. 2019, man, it was like my biggest year in business. I had to bonus myself a lot of money because I made a lot of money that year. I gave my mama half of it. If y'all go on my Insta or my old Facebook, it's half. It was a video. I did a video with my mom, like. My mom told me to quit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't take advice from people that's not qualified. My mom like, get you outside. No, I quit that. Going back to McDonald's. And when I got promoted, but when I gave her this money, she was in a bad spot, and I made this video because she always wanted to be in my skit. So I'm like, I'm gonna put you in the skit. She's like, you wanna be in the skit? But it was a surprise. She had no idea.
Oh, that's
And I gave her this money and stuff like that. So she crying and she just like, I knew he could do it. I'm like,
Give that face like, come on now.
you told me to quit. But yeah, man. So that's my story, y'all, man. Just.
That's a good story.
So where can people, if they want to follow you, they want to see your skits, where can you follow?
It's BTidy on Instagram, ITSBTIDY. It's spelled BTidy, but it's BTidy. It's BTidy. So yeah, so BTidy. And people always ask me like how you get, like, my name is Brian. My real name is Brian Titwell. So when I was a kid, everybody called me Tittywell. So, preschoolers, they tease Tittywell, right? Me and my cousin went to the same school. They used to call us left titty, right titty. So we used to get teased. And then before I started doing stand up, I started doing videos. So I used to do Facebook videos called The Adventures of B. I was trying to think of a name to call it.
Yeah.
And when I got older, all my college friends called me B.
Yeah.
And all my childhood, like knew me since kids, called me. Everybody called me Titty.
Yeah.
So anybody that worked at McDonald's, so I was just like, The Adventures. I'm like, damn, I need a name. I don't got no nickname. I think I'm the only person in the world with no nickname. I'm like, or I had one, Titty, but I hated it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna embrace it. I'm like, Adventures of BTidy. And then I started doing stand up like a year later, and I'm like, fuck it, BTidy.
It's stuck.
It's stuck. And then my boy told me, Rob told me to change it. He's like, they not gonna call you that. He like, comedy club's not gonna call you BTidy. And I was about to change it, and this last story I tell y'all, I was about to change my name to just Brian. He's like, think of, because he was telling me like, think of comics that's successful. None of them have like funny nicknames, like the Damn Fool or this like Kevin Hart, Corey Holt. You know, so they have their name. And he was just like, you got to change it. And I'm like, yeah, man, that makes sense. And I was only doing comedy for a year. I'm like, yeah, bro, you know what, I'm gonna change it, man. And I did. We went to New York to do this show. And I go to New York, it was an open mic, it was 300 comics signed up.
Yeah.
We were the last two.
Wow.
So the open mic was 6 hours long.
Yeah.
And we waited 6 hours to perform. And it was like 15 people left.
Yeah.
They changed the venue where we had to walk like 20 minutes to the other venue.
Oh.
So we go to the other venue, me and him like the last two in there. And the host is like, all right, Joe, we rounding down to the last couple comedians. Come to the stage. Hold on. Oh, this shit. He like, oh, I love this fucking name. So he's just BTidy. Hold up, don't come up because I want to say it again. Oh my God, this is awesome. I love how he's just like, I love how I feel in my mouth. All right, come up to the stage. BTidy, right? I go up, I'm perform, I kill it. I get off, my boy said, don't change your name.
Right.
I
Keep it
said,
right
what?
there.
He said,
Keep it
just
right
keep it,
there.
just keep it.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
just stuck with it, man. And then, yeah, so that's how
That's how the legend started.
that's how the legend started, man. I was this close to not being BTidy no more, man. So, but yeah, so that's how I kept it.
No, but like I said, like I know you're trying to get the following back, and
Yeah, I'm trying to get my following back, man.
we're gonna make sure we help you with that. By the way,
It's
you know,
absolutely.
ITSBTIDY, man. Go on my page. If y'all see this skit,
Seriously funny.
if y'all
Seriously
see, y'all see something funny, just share it, man.
share. Yeah, y'all heard it. What he said? He said share it, like. No, I'm sorry.
Save.
Save it.
Share it.
Yep.
Comment. Like, right now it's just a lot of my old videos and stuff like that. It's some new stuff like TikToks and stuff like that. But a lot of it's like, you know, old. I'm thinking like I'm about to get on my grind, so I'm thinking like I'm gonna let these go. I'm gonna archive them and I'm just put there's new content. I need that little vacation. I'm back. I'm
You
back,
back.
right? Back.
You
I'm
back.
back. I'm about to put some bangers out for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
What about the improv? What are you?
They're probably just randomly when they book me and stuff like that. I don't want to say I'm burnt out of it. So somebody hated on me. Somebody told, because they got new management and the new manager was looking for me and they was like, he moved to LA. So I think they were trying to take my spot. So I had got booked for a minute. So I was just there. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never say like, because I never turned down nothing. Because I remember when I was begging to get in there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
you get burnt out from doing like the MCing and stuff like that. Like I'm very strong comedian.
Yeah.
So
headline.
so sometimes I'm too strong to MC or feature because it makes it harder for the headliner.
Yeah.
Because if you're funny to the headliner, they'll kick you off sometimes the show. Yeah, they'll be like, bro, like you making me have to work. Because they're looking at the show like it's gonna go like this. So if I'm performing at a headlining level, and then this person comes who's not as funny as me, now they're like, well, we want the level that he was just at. You're not giving that to us.
Damn.
I've seen shows like that.
It makes the comedian so it's just like it kind of burns you out when you just like it's not a challenge for me. I know how to be funny in 10 minutes. I know how to be but then I have to remember like I was begging to get in this club.
Right.
So I kind of just never turned down. They be like, you want to MC? Oh yeah, I'll do it. You know, so but yeah, like improv, you know, it's just whenever they book me. So right now I don't got no shows, man. I took a break, man. I was like working hard. Like the last like 3 months, I was like show, filming, show. I'm like, I need to take a break. So, but top of the year I'm back.
You back yet? Okay.
I'm back dropping some
Sounds
skits.
good.
I got
sounds
some funny
good.
stuff. I think I got some bangers. Hopefully I get my following back. I put in my caption, I was
You
hacked at
will,
8
you
million.
will.
I only want 10% back.
You will.
I was hacked at 8 million. I only want 10%. I'm not greedy, y'all. 800,000. That's all I need.
Well, we appreciate you, man.
I
Yes,
appreciate y'all,
very
man.
much
Thanks
so.
for having me.
Very
Definitely.
much.
And listen, y'all, this is Pull Up Experience, and we appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
How long was that, like 2 hours?